We're here in Reno, Nevada, talking to my man. What's up, brother?
How you doing, man?
Who are you?
So I'm Gabe Detailing, and I own Gabe's Auto Detailing in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and we're actually working on our second location as well right now.
Yeah. So you do detailing.
So we do detailing, window tints, car wraps, PPF, starlight headliners, ceramic coatings, basically anything in the auto styling industry, we do it.
Who got you in this business?
Actually, when I first started, I started off as a contractor, so I had that company for about 3-4 years.
Contracting what?
We used to build homes.
Ah.
So we used to build homes.
Who's we?
It used to be called Gabe's Construction Company Inc. So it was a basic name. But when I went to high school, I went to MVHS, which is like the trade school. So when I graduated there with a certified in construction. And I thought I was going to be there forever, but then I had an inoperable umbilical hernia that you couldn't operate on. So
Oh, man.
what I did was I got so frustrated that I sold the company. Instead of knowing what I know now, I would have just kept the company and subbed the work out. So I ended up doing the next best thing that I love to do, which was cars. So I started washing cars outside of my parents' house. And then...
In Philly?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
It's crazy because it's like I would have like a little sign right at the end of the block.
Yeah.
And that's how I did it. And for the first 2 years, that's how I did it. I did it outside of there. Then I got a garage, which is what I got now. Same shop. It's just every year I add something to it. Keep adding. And then it got to the point where we just literally became like known all over Instagram. So we got like a lot of high-end clientele, but most of our business comes from
Who
word.
taught you how to detail cars?
I literally just picked up a brush and literally just started cleaning.
YouTube?
No, not even YouTube. I literally just would. So my parents always wanted the cars washed.
Yeah.
So I started off with just doing regular basic washes. So I would do washes, and then over time I started to do like interiors, and I even bought like a little cheap little shampoo machine.
Steamer, shampoo. Yeah, okay, got it.
Little Amazon.
Yep.
And then
Little
it
bit.
just started to blow up.
Yep.
Started to blow up. And then when I finally got the shop, for the first 3-4 years, I was just strictly detailing. I started buffing cars. I started going to different body shops. We used to make partnerships. Like a lot of times they'll never do the final buffing. They'll bring it over to us. We'll take the paint drips out.
Yep.
So it worked out pretty good. And then long story short, I was like, you know what? I want to do something different. I want to add more to our business. So I started doing window tints, and then it's just been great ever since. And it's just also too, I feel like I say I'm lucky is because I feel like these days it's extremely hard to find a good team. So without a team, you can't really do anything. And I noticed that I used to take, like, if we're being honest, I'll sit here and I want to always do everything myself when I first started. So for the first 4 years, I was strictly by myself.
How old are you?
I'm 31 years old.
Okay.
So I used to do everything on my own. And then I got to the point where I'm just like, okay, I could keep doing this, but then I'm never going to grow. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to start looking for team members. And luckily, I've been lucky to have great team members that, sometimes people got to go through like 5-6 guys to find a good one. So far, I've been lucky to, each time I get somebody, they're around for a while and they actually know what they're doing. They want to be around.
You know what I'm going to tell you? You said something correct. You said team members. You didn't say, I'm looking for some employees.
Oh, no, because at the end of the day, they're part of the team.
Right.
I feel like also, too, it's about when you don't, and it's crazy because I wasn't always like that. When I first started, I'm like, damn, I got to look for more guys. But then when I started to read more into business, entrepreneurship and everything like that, it's about certain ways you address things.
That's right.
So, and it's all about just being proper, because when you get into these big rooms, you can't go in there just talking like a fifth grader.
You educated yourself. Yeah, that's great. What I always say is 20 to 30 is the biggest education of your life. And from 30 on is when you start to actually correct all the mistakes you learned during 20 to 30. I think that's what I can take back from my years of doing this. I made a lot of mistakes in the 20s. I always thought I knew everything. Nobody could tell me anything. I was like, nah, I can do that. And then I go to 30 and I'm like, oh shit, if I would have changed that in the 20s, where would I be today? So you got to find mentors and coaches. Unfortunately, in 1988, when I started tinting windows all the way to like the mid 90s, I mean, I think YouTube kind of came out in like early 2000s, right?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even like we had any resources to go online and learn from each other. The only way I ever learned how to tint windows for other people was other people that I found at SEMA. I went to SEMA show and I was like, oh, you tint? Oh yeah, me too, man. What's up, bro? It was hard to find tenters. You didn't even know other tenters from other states because there was no network to communicate. But one thing I really admire what you said is that you were looking for team members. I think that's very important.
Yeah, I feel like something too that, because I did the mentorship with Austin Cook, so it's like it was a great mentorship because for me, I feel like a lot of times people want to grow too fast, or sometimes people don't want to grow at all, and I feel like for me, I was stuck in like, okay, what do I do next? And for me, it's kind of like, okay, like when you did your talk at the seminar, you made a very valid point. It's like, okay, do you want to grow quick, or you can make more money at the shops you already have? So like, okay, create a night shift. So that's new money right there.
New money, baby.
And it's just like you made I'll say the more valuable point that you made as well was everybody that does or owns a shop, they always gear themselves towards guys. And it's kind of like you're leaving all the women out. Don't get me wrong. Do we tint for women? Yes. But our ads, our promos, our content is not geared towards them. So you made this one idea that I'm literally when I get back to the city, I'm going to make that idea.
You're going to run with it.
I'm going to run with it because I know for a fact no one's doing it.
My man.
So
send me the royalties, baby.
Oh,
I want the royalties.
I will for sure.
How you paying some other coach to coach you and I just coached you? You better give me some damn royalties.
I got you.
All right. Shout out.
Because for that, it's like, people don't realize, it's just like, I never was the one when I was younger to like go to these events. But I noticed that when you start going to these events, you start realizing that you are looking at, even though the people are in your field, you're looking at it from their eyes now, which is good because sometimes you get tunnel vision. You don't see what's on the side of you, you see what's in front of you. And sometimes it's good to see other people with logics on different things. Because for example, like you've been doing it for so long, but how you said, when you first did it, social media and all that wasn't really around. So it feels good to be able to pick someone's brain. Because like for me, most of my clients come to social media or word of mouth. So, what I thought about doing is like, so for a little side note, we also have a residential commercial tint company. It's called Fine Line Commercial Tint. So we do like a lot of commercial buildings. But even with that, there's so many ways I can integrate together with different things. And
I see a Sunstoppers comment.
Oh, for sure. I would not mind collaborating on that because our second location, I'm not even fully sure what I'm going to do with it yet. Because there's so many things I can do with it.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, you're cool, man. Gabe, so I'll tell you a little past story. I was the tent man in a mobile van for 3 years.
Yeah.
In like a little 4Runner going around from body shops to stereo shops to accessory shops, tenting. And I do, a wholesale price for them and they, write me a check and then they would make money, right?
Yeah.
I got so busy doing that in 3 years, I opened up a brick and mortar store. Guess what it was called? Lightning Mike's Window Tinting. I'm the fastest tinter you've ever seen. I can tint a Mustang in 17 minutes. And this was in 1998, right?
Yeah, it's crazy because now it's just like as you get better and better, you get faster and faster.
Yeah, it's just so I'm a very methodical person, and I have extreme ADD, and I think it's a very superpower. So because when I come hyper focused, like I'm focused on you right now.
Yeah,
they're screaming, they're yelling, this whole event's going on. But I am laser focused in on our conversation and what we're doing right now because I have headphones on and it's just me, you, and I'm hyper focused. Tinting, hyper focus.
Yeah.
So I look at it as a superpower. But my company's name was Lightning Mike's Window Tinting. I hired employees, I grew, and everybody goes, "Oh yeah, how's Mike? Mike's answering the phone. Mike's doing the work. All the customers want to talk to Mike. Guess what? I hired an employee. My employee's like, he doesn't want me to tint your car. He wants you to tint the car.
Right.
Mike. I'm answering the phone, but every time the phone rings, they want me to walk back and give you the phone. A landline phone, not a cell phone. Like,
yeah.
Here's the phone. Where's Mike? I built the company around Lightning Mike, the fastest window tinter on the planet. So I turned around and made the biggest mistake of my life. I realized I created a double-edged sword. Everybody wanted to do business with Mike. They didn't want to do business with my staff.
And that's the issue that I run into.
I know, because you're Gabe's Auto Detailing. So you had to give me a second. I was trying to lead into my biggest mistake. And it wasn't my biggest mistake. It was something I learned from. Lightning Mike's was the biggest growing thing from 20 to 30 that I can tell you I was the most educated on. Is I built a brand around Mike, like Lightning Mike. I'm still to this day in Charlotte, North Carolina. My girlfriend can contest this. I walk into a place, Lightning, what's up, Lightning Mike. I'm still to this day Lightning Mike. So I left the business, got out, got back in after doing some marketing for 2 years. I ran an agency, came back, and I was Sunstoppers. I wanted to be Sunstoppers because I didn't want my staff, because what happened is, and this is what I'm trying to educate you on just a little bit from my mistake.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a mistake. It's something I learned from, right? My staff built up resentment towards me because they're doing the work. They're answering the phones. They're the hard lifters. They're the laborers, right? But Mike's getting all the glory. Mike's getting all the gratification. Mike's getting all the money. And they work for Mike. So when they go out in public and they have a Lightning Mike's t-shirt on and they go out in public, oh, you work for Mike? How's Mike? Hey man, I'm John. I've been with Mike for like 2 years. I'm the guy that's been tenting in the back. Mike's not tenting all these cars. I'm the one doing all the work.
Right.
So what happened is John left me. John went to open his own store because I never gave no notoriety or gratification or appreciation to John. I was addicted to the dopamine of all about Mike.
Right.
And so I see mistakes with John's window tinting, Bob's window tinting. If anytime you put your personal name in your brand, it's very difficult to grow because you're going to be the brand forever.
Right.
Forever. You're going to be the brand, no matter what. And everybody that works for you works for Gabe.
Right.
They're not part of a team.
Right.
The Dallas Cowboys are not Jerry Jones football.
Even though
It is Jerry Jones football.
Yeah.
I know, but you understand what I'm saying. I'm making a point that the athletes that play for you, and I consider employees or teammates athletes.
Yeah.
Because we're an athlete. They want to play for a brand that they can go and represent as their own brand.
Right.
And they can take ownership of that brand. And they go, nah, man, I'm wearing my letters like proud. So what I can really say proudly is my team, or the team that I helped create,
Yeah.
is very proud to wear the banner of the brand that we represent, Sunstopper. So that's something I feel like I learned in my 20s to 30s that I would not have known until I made some later mistakes. And I come back and I look down, like you said, look down on the business. I'm like, man, what did I do wrong? And what did I do right? And how can I navigate? So long term, you're a young man, you're 32. So from 30 to 50, you have a huge road ahead of you.
Yeah.
And whether you change your name, open a business, do whatever, think of what your employees or your teammates are going to feel when they go home. And they go home and they tell their mom and they tell their brother and they tell their cousin and they tell everyone, I work for Gabe. You work at Gabe's. I work at Gabe's. So would you want to work for Gabe's? And I'm not saying you did anything right or wrong, but I want you to just imagine in your head, you go home wearing a Gabe's auto detailing shirt or auto whatever. Could you in 5 years still be with you? And I don't have the answer to that question. I don't, but I want you to just think about it differently.
For me, I'm gonna tell you how I got the name. So when I used to do construction, before I, branched off and got my own construction company, I worked for a guy called Steve.
Okay.
So his name of his company was Steve and Associates.
Okay.
So it was like, I guess he was a little bit older. He was like in his 60s at the time when I was working for him. But, he always said, oh, always put your name on the business. Now, this is just like, I'm fresh into it. So that's when I got, Gabe's Construction. And then that's when, Gabe Detailing. So, I mean, yeah, now there's things that I do want to change, like going forward. Like whatever I do with the other shop, I am going to call it something different because I see all that. But it's just like, believe it or not, I say I have been lucky because I had one guy that's been with me for like 4.5, almost 5 years. I have one guy that's been with me for 3.5. One guy that just came from Jamaica. So I've been lucky. But
You're not lucky. You're not lucky. It's who you are.
Yeah.
People gravitate towards being with who they want to be with, right?
Yeah.
You make purchasing decisions based on who you like.
Yeah.
You work and stay with people based on who treats you with respect
Yeah.
and who values you and appreciates you. And like, people aren't with you for any name. They're with you because of who you are.
Yeah.
You're a good person. They value you and they want to work for you. Okay. So what you've created is not luck.
Well, yeah, it's still a bunch of like hard work and just
Hard work. It's nonstop.
Because there's days, like, I feel like, I'm sure you can relate to this as well. I feel like we live in a generation where everyone thinks that they have to start a business. It's like they have to. In reality, I feel like I make content on all the time. I tell you all the time, business is not for everybody, because there's people out here that just don't have customer service. There's people out here that are not people friendly. If you are those type of people, you can't be in business.
You're right.
And it's like social media to everybody, like, it's just like you have to start a business that you're not doing well. But the thing about it is, though, when you have good guys, you keep them. And the way you keep them is by keeping them happy.
They're great investments.
Yes. So I feel like social media is a good thing, but it can also be a downfall for a lot of things.
Absolutely.
Because people don't understand that. And that's a tough pill to swallow, but a lot of people don't understand that you could do everything right, but doesn't mean you're doing it the right way.
Right.
Because you think, okay, I'm doing this right, but what about in 2 years? How are people going to look at you? So I feel like with me, when I first started, it was a little slow, and I wouldn't even say, I'll say now we have a couple of days where it's like slow here and there, but it's because you have to, at least what I did was I dedicated to the clientele that I wanted. One thing I noticed is I can't please everybody. That's why you have to understand, do you want to go with quality or are you going to go with the cheapest price possible? So yes, you can have affordable prices, but have good quality. If you're so busy that you don't have the time to actually, work on the business to make it, go further along, that means you need to do something different, which means up the price or change things up a little bit.
I agree.
So that's what I always used to do.
Do you like doing what you do?
I love it.
I love it too.
Like, even to this day,
I can tell.
I love it.
See, the thing is, that's what I look for. That smile, that little smile you have right now, I love it. What I say when I started my seminar?
That you loved it, and like you go right there, right in the parking lot right now and tent a car.
I will. I love it. When you listen to a speaker, somebody like myself, that I guess have you ever heard of me before?
No.
Okay. So I get on stage, then I make a presence that was impactful.
Yeah.
But the first thing I did was I become relevant to what you're doing. I love tinting. That means I'm telling you, I'm one of you.
Yeah.
I'm a guy that gets in the shop and gets dirty.
Yeah.
I'm not just some dude that walks around, I own a tent shop.
But see, most people that own a business, no matter what field they're in, sometimes they get too big-headed and act like they can't go back to do it.
Oh, I love doing it.
Right now, like, there's times, I'm working on the other shop. I'm trying to find ways to, expand my horizons within the same business.
Right.
So yes, the team members are there. They knock cars out because everyone is trained not the right way. So everybody does it correctly. But on Sundays, that's my day. So I come in, I can knock out 5-6 cars by myself, no problem. Windshield, whatever they want, I knock it out.
Right.
So I feel like at any given time, if the guys need help and I see where it's too crowded, I'll jump in. Because to me, it's like, just because you're the owner of the business doesn't mean you're too good to work.
How long you been in business?
I've been in business total between both businesses, I'll say like a little over 10 years.
You married?
No.
No kids?
No kids.
Girlfriend?
Yeah.
Sorta? Girlfriends?
Yeah. No, well, girlfriend.
You have a girlfriend? Cool. What's next for you, man? You said you're going to open up another store. Like, where do you see yourself going in the next year?
So my goal is to basically open up the second store, get that going. But I do want to add a third shift, which is going to be the night shift for both shops. I do want to expand more so with the commercial and residential tent company, because there's so many things that people aren't touching on that. And, we've actually are blessed to work for Greystar, which is one of the biggest property management companies in the world. And literally, I feel like we can do a lot with them. So sometimes it's not always all about trying to cater to everybody. It's about look at the people that you have around you, and then you're going to end up being in rooms that get you in the bigger rooms. So you get that, you get bigger contracts, you get bigger everything. So I feel like it's all about.
How's your money right now?
It's good.
You good? Stable?
So for me, one thing about me is I always look at this. I save 70% of what I make myself. So I know it's not even solely off of just the businesses. For me, I invest in like stocks and stuff like that. So also too, when I was younger, we had a couple accidents. So, I just live off the interest as well, off those loans. Not loans, but like money you have in the banks. So I don't overspend. So and a lot of times people don't know how to save either.
How old are you?
31.
Hey, whoever's listening, This dude right here is saying some stuff that a lot of people need to pay attention to. Everyone that I know it's 20 to 30 spends every dollar and borrows money from their parents. So you are absolutely a different breed of person. Where are you from originally?
So I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I was born there.
You speak any languages?
I speak Spanish. And that's about it.
Yeah.
So like my dad.
Are you Spanish?
Yep. My dad only speaks Spanish. That's it.
And were you from Philly?
Mm-hmm.
It's that gangster little voice in you. You got a little gangster voice in you, man. I was like, yeah, I'm from Philly. What's up, man?
Yeah, I'm from Philly, but it's like
you Eagles fan?
yeah.
I like it.
So I try to go to.
I'm
all
a
the
Cowboys
games.
fan.
Oh yeah, we had fun. We had fun the other day. It was fun. So like crazy part is we actually do a lot of Eagles players' cars.
That's cool, man.
So
that's awesome, man. Keep having fun. I appreciate you coming on the podcast. Is there anything you want to shout out to? How do I get a hold of you?
So you can reach us out on Instagram, Gabe Detailing, or you could follow us on Facebook, also Gabe Detailing, or Google Gabe's Auto Detailing. So we're easier.
How's your Google my business page? How's it looking?
It's good.
I'm gonna look at it with you. We'll look at it in a few minutes.
Okay.
But man, this is Gabe. We're at Window Film Conference in Reno, Nevada, at Real Talk with Mike Burke. Thank you so much for coming on the air. I really appreciate it, Gabe.
No problem.
And it's a pleasure meeting you. I can't wait to talk to you a little bit off the air.
No problem.
All right, my man.
Appreciate it.
Peace out, guys.
Peace out.